Let's see. Hey y'all. I'm just gonna put that. I don't know how that works. Okay, let's try it. Great morning. Great morning. Great morning. Great people on different topic than selected. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what had happened over here. Child, I don't know. No, it's not. Hold on. Leave it to y'all. I'm having yes. Um, y'all just stay tracking with me. Great morning, y'all. Hold on. My laptop, I mean not my laptop, my iPad ain't working this morning. So add a topic. Oh, okay. Let's see if this helps. I'm trying to get TikTok people them online. Great morning. Great morning. Great morning. Great people. That was the most terrible intro, y'all. Welcome to the message, y'all. Welcome to the message. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling good. Happy, oh my gosh, what is today? Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. We in this thing. If you are new to the message, to the faith and flow, to the kingdom flow community, welcome. We are so happy and so grateful that you are here. If you was an OT but good T, welcome back. Okay, welcome back. Y'all come in and show the new people them what to do. Like the live, share the love. Drop something in the chat that you're grateful for. Let's get in the flow of abundance. Can everybody do a mic check for me on this good morning? Can you hear me on the TikTok side of the street? Can you hear me on the other side of the street, y'all? Because let me just told y'all, I don't know. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise, honey. I don't know. But I'm trying to see everybody and feel I'm trying to see if my laptop is going. Y'all, the Lord bless me. First of all, I need to, before I do anything else, true story, give God the glory. Can we just tell the Lord thank you this morning? Tink. I got some updates for y'all. Um, Prayer BB, good morning, honey one, and good morning. Can you let me know if you can hear me on this side of the street, y'all? I'm actually trying something different over here. I've never gone live in the TikTok studio, but I'm in the TikTok studio, so I just need to know if y'all can hear me on the TikTok side of the street. And people, them, y'all know y'all got to do me a mic check over here anyway. Zen, good morning, Zen. Good morning. Let me know if y'all can hear me, y'all. I need a mic check real quick. This literally happened as I was trying to get the live going this morning. So OMG, OMG. But we in this thing. So thank God for God. Okay. Thank you, Hunty One T, for that. Thank you for letting me know. I tried like I was trying to first of all, okay, maybe my iPad is like 7 years old. It's a little old. Maybe I need a new one, but that's gonna have to come later. Right now, I'm just trying to make sure that everybody can hear me on both sides of the street. And so, no, TikTok, y'all hold on. Let me just make sure that people them can hear me on this side of the street. So look, y'all. So first things first, welcome. Oh my gosh, I can't hardly move nothing. I'm trying not to touch stuff. I got that, y'all. There's so much going on this morning. Because of my technical difficulties, I'm praying that everybody's able to hear me the way that just work with the energy on today, child. I know Papa Mercury showing his tail for he get out of here. If you are new, welcome. We are so happy and so grateful that you are here. Y'all, thank you for working with me in my technical difficulties, my technicalities that I had to deal with on this morning. Today is a great day and great and amazing things are going to happen for us today. They literally just feel like it threw me off a little bit, y'all. It threw me off a little bit. My iPad not working. It might be on its last leg. It might. So anyway, we are in Leviticus 6 on today. I do have some updates for y'all. Let me also say thank you to the people. A couple of y'all blessed me on yesterday. And so I wanted to first say thank you for that. First, thank you, Lord, right? Because he does such so many great and amazing things for us. But also thank y'all for the blessings on yesterday. Thank y'all for continuing to walk with me on this journey and allowing me to share my story with y'all. If you come in on the YouTube side of the street, somebody please let me know if you can hear me on that side of the street, y'all, because I couldn't get my iPad to work. So I'm trying to Pam, can you hear me? Good morning, honey Wunny. But Pam is checking in on YouTube and says, great morning, Touche and the community. I'm grateful for healing. My back went out yesterday on the way to work. I want to say that I read that. Let me know if you can hear me, Pam, but sending you so many prayers. Y'all put some prayers in the chat for Pam on this morning. Because she's I think I was reading that when I was going to bed, child, or either this morning. It was either last night or this morning that I read that. So sending you so much love, light, and healing energy, dearest one. Good morning, Ramada. Good morning. Okay, y'all. Can I just say, can we just say God is good real quick? Can we just tell the Lord thank you on this good morning? I have some updates for y'all. Y'all, we finna get into Leviticus 6 on today. And then the Lord gave me a whole nother word that is related but not to where we are. And we're gonna talk about that as well. It was a whole different because I was still in a little bit of a struggle. Okay, I was still in a little bit of a struggle this morning. Good morning, Chris Curls. Good morning, y'all. Did the Lord just simplify my life? Like, did he just simplify my life? Thank you so much for the gifts, dearest one. Oh my gosh, let me mess around and find out how to have both of these on the screen at the same time. Because right now I can't see myself on the YouTube side of the street, but I know I'm over there. That's okay. I usually can't see myself over there. But um, y'all, did the Lord just simplify my life? I'm gonna tell y'all because the Lord just did something. I need somebody to understand that you're shifting, okay? You're shifting into a new season, and man, the Lord he had put a little check me in my spirituals, proof, proof. He had put a little check me in my spirituals on this morning, because I had to get some clarification because I had to make sure that I gotta stay in alignment, y'all. I gotta steward well, right? I'd be really concerned about making sure that I'm stewarding well. And so I had to double check and check again. And Lord, I just got to make sure. Good morning, Mindy Rock. Good morning. That we begin to stand in alignment, right? Good morning, Sandy. Good morning. I hope y'all are having a fantastic start to your day. Y'all ready to get into Leviticus 6 for this morning? Good morning, KFK. Shout out to the Faith and Flow fam. What the dooski booskies? Good morning. Y'all, you just can't make this up. I got to tell y'all, the Lord blessed me, y'all. He did. And one of the things, man, because can I tell the story? I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. We're gonna do it in the kingdom clarity portion of the show. We got to get the Bible clarity out the way first. But man, the Lord made a significant change in my life, y'all. And so he allowed me just as, and sometimes it's the simplest things, but the Lord in these last couple of days has really been on my neck about understanding that we in the kingdom. Okay, drop that in the chat. We in the kingdom. Okay, kingdom living, it's a different kind of life over here. We gonna talk about it though. Y'all sip your favorite adult beverage. Let's get into the message for this morning. Mm. And child, I feel like I need some more coffee. That ain't enough. I need some more coffee. So once again, y'all send some love to Pam. Her back went out yesterday. Girl, take care of yourself. Hunty one T. Take care of yourself. Okay. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. That is important, okay? And next time, I did read that this morning. Next time when the Lord had told you to sit down somewhere, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and listen to your spirituals and sit down somewhere. You wasn't supposed to go out anyway. I don't know if that's the first time your back went out. I've never had that problem. So much love, light, and healing energy to you. Okay. But you said in that post that the Lord had told you, you felt that little warning, and then you did. Sometimes we don't be listening. So I hope that you get some rest and take care of yourself. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, Monica. Good morning, Tatted. How you doing, honey? Let's get it. I ain't even got the right notebook out, y'all. I'm so discombobulated because my iPad didn't work this morning, y'all. And then I had to figure out something so I could be over here on the TikTok side of the street. Good morning, Marianne. Good morning. Man, y'all, the Lord is doing his big one. He is, look, I was in the right, but why y'all didn't say something? Y'all could have told me, chop, my bad, y'all. I feel like I'm all over the place because I kind of am. Because when stuff don't when stuff start happening all of a sudden and you don't be expecting it. Child, and threw me for a whole loop. Let's get into Leviticus 6 on this morning. We're gonna have tea time, little story time in a minute, okay? Because we got some stuff that we got to talk about. and insofar as kingdom clarity. But let's get into the Bible clarity portion of today's show. If you are new, let me explain what we do over here. Okay, so we set this show up in a couple, and we go to do a couple of things. We're going to start with our Bible clarity, where we are understanding the word and what the word is saying. Then we'll get into our kingdom clarity, which is going to be the clarification that we need in order to apply the kingdom principles to live a kingdom life. Message: kingdom principles for kingdom life. Okay, it's important because we want to live in the kingdom, and we got to stay there, right? Let me move my keyboard so I don't have that to worry about. All to do it. Here we go, y'all. So first things first, Leviticus 6. And y'all know you should be reading the word for yourself as well. Don't just depend on somebody else. You should be reading the word for yourself as well. Now, Leviticus 6, the focus is keeping the fire burning. I almost called this fire and desire. Love them and leave them. That's what I used to do. Woo-hoo. I'm Rick James, bitch. That's what he said. Shout out Rick James. Keep the fire burning. Okay, that is what we are talking about on today. Now it's time to keep it going. So for many of us, the Lord is blessing us with something. He may be giving you an opportunity. This is also like zeal, right? It's zeal. It's that passion, the desire. Let me tell this to somebody. When you're building something, when you're doing something, thank you for sharing the live, dearest one. When the Lord has given you something to do, or it's the work, it's your purpose. Let me just tell you something. And I'm gonna say this further down in the notes as well. Sometimes you got to do the boring stuff too, and sometimes the boring stuff is not fun. Okay, sometimes you gonna feel like you spinning your wheels. Sometimes you're gonna be like, man, I'm just out here just doing this, and it be boring, and it gets really monotonous, and it'd be like, oh my gosh, I really don't like you almost be like, and this is it, like I just got to keep doing this. Yes, right. This is daily work for those of you who are building something, but more than that, this is also about building your relationship with God, right? This is a daily work. This chapter, Leviticus 6, teaches us not what to bring, but to steward what God has already established, keeping the fire going, keeping the passion alive, the zeal, right? This is daily work. We have to maintain it. So this is why you got to get with the Lord. You got to you pray every day. And I'm gonna read some of it again, but everything that you're doing, you got to do it on the daily, right? Daily work, we have to maintain it. We can get excited about something, but are you willing to keep the fire burning? It's very easy. When something's new, you get excited about it. You be like, oh, yeah, oh, let's do it. And then all of a sudden, the more you do it, you start to get bored with it. One of the things that I have found is that, especially in my own life, I love what I'm doing right now. Love it. Even though I'm having to try, I'm having to fail, I get it wrong. I feel like everything is a learning opportunity. And so you can get really excited about something, but something that is meant to last, you get bored with it. You may even walk away from it, but you end up coming back to it, right? And so it's daily work, but sometimes you feel like you're just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over, right? And so, but it's still, are you willing to just do it? Are you willing to do it? This is important. Even when, and I have a note about this, even when you're not seeing growth, even when you feel like, when you first, well, me, when I first started out, and for those of y'all who are on social media, you know this as well. When you first start out, you feel like you be talking to yourself. You don't even, it's like you may have one, two, three people that are actually tuned in and listening to you. You may only have a few people that are actually paying attention, and you be like, man, message, like, is this even worth it? Like, is this worth me doing? And so it's you being willing to do that, even when you don't see the growth, even when you like, man, is this even worth it? You got to still be willing to do it. Maintain the fire. It's the same thing with prayer. One of the things that the enemy wants, y'all, is for you to give up and not pray, not talk to the Lord. Anything that brings you closer to God, if it's your business, because remember, the Lord is in charge of our business, anything that brings you closer to the Lord, the enemy is going to try to discourage you from doing it, right? I can remember how many times it was just like, no, how many different ways that stuff tried to come up against me doing this, my purpose, right? teaching the Bible, reading the Bible, discussing the word, reading the word, discussing the word, building a relationship with the Lord in the way that the Lord has blessed me to be able to do it. Baby, listen, the enemy gonna try to keep you from doing you. The Lord give you a business idea, and all of a sudden you don't need you get excited about it, but then he want to start telling you, oh, you that ain't gonna work. Don't do that. Let that go. You don't have to, it's not gonna work anyway. Anything to keep you from freedom. Drop this in the chat. Free is good. Okay, free is good. So pay attention. When you don't feel like praying, you should be praying. When you don't feel like talking to the Lord, you need to talk more. Be like, wait a minute, Lord, why the enemy don't want me talking to you? Because the Lord gonna tell you what he gonna tell you. Yeah, he trying to distract you. I hope that makes sense, right? What happens when your passion leaves? You can lose your zeal, because sometimes you get to, if I ain't gonna hold you, man, you be tired sometimes. You be like, man, I've been doing this for 50 years. And then you don't see no growth, you don't see stuff happening. You like, man, what? Ain't nobody got time for this, honey. Listen, let me tell you, please don't stop. Drop that in the chat. I ain't gonna quit. I'm not gonna quit. Okay. Good morning, Jared. Good morning. Man, y'all, God is so good. God is so good. We often pray for purpose, but are you willing to keep showing up? Good morning, gifted. Are you willing to keep showing up? Hey, Lady D, are you going to quit? Keep showing up. Are you going to show up when ain't nobody listening? Are you going to show up when you have technicality difficulties? Are you going to show up when you don't feel good? Are you going to show, man, look, we finna get into this in just a second. God may provide the vision, the calling, the business, the opportunity, but it's our responsibility to remain faithful in maintaining what he has trusted us with. The Lord do his part, we got to do our part, which means we got to keep showing up. Even when the money look funny, you don't think you're going to get on social media. Don't let these folks fool you into thinking that you finna get on social media and be today and be rich tomorrow. I'm telling you, they lying. Okay. These folks, let me, cause I'm finna talk about it. Cause who gonna check me? Spirit and them said, hey y'all, cause who gonna check? I'ma say it. Don't let these folks fool you into thinking that they started their social media account yesterday and all of a sudden they have 1 million followers. God algorithm don't work like that. I don't care nothing about the algorithms. I'm on God's algorithm. Don't let these folks make you think that they did this overnight. They didn't. Okay. Because they had to keep showing up. Also, don't let these folks make you think that they don't haven't invested time and skills into becoming good at what they are doing. Because one thing the Lord requires, he requires you to level up your skills. So they not telling you that part. They may not be telling you about the classes they attended or the workshops that they're going to or the conferences. They not telling you that. They gonna get you on social media and have you thinking, yeah, I just started my account and the next day it blew up. No, it didn't. Because if they didn't, then they not doing it God's way. Drop it in the chat. I'm gonna do it God's way, right? It's easy to get quick money, but quick money don't last. I hope that makes sense to somebody. And it sound good, but all money ain't good money. So be willing to do the work. Be willing to be patient as you're building this. Okay. I got to do it God's way, because one thing certain, two things for sure. What I'm building with God is built to last. That's that building on the rock, ain't it? Is you better build your house on the rock. Anyway, they didn't rebuild the altar or relight the fire every day. And this is speaking to the priests, right, who were responsible for the fire. The Lord didn't tell them to rebuild the altar every day. He didn't tell them to relight the fire every day. He said, maintain. Okay, maintain the fire. They never let it go out. And that's the difference. So you don't have to, it's not like you, okay, well, let me try to start the fire every day. No, I'm going to just let's keep the party going. Not keep the party going. Let's keep the party going. Okay. You don't need a new word. We simply have to listen to what God already said about the last thing he told us to do. Pause. Good morning, Aisha. Good morning. Let's talk about this, because this is important, because I had to do this up so many times, y'all. So a lot of times when you feel lost, right? You like, man, I don't know what to do next. Okay. Good morning, Miss Succulent. I don't know what to do next, Lord. What do you want me to do? Before you do anything else, go back to the last thing that got, man, this, that check me. Look, that check me in my spirituals. If you feel lost, confused, you don't understand, like, man, I don't know what to do, go back to the last thing that God told you to do and make sure that you've done that before you move forward, before you do anything else. Does that make sense? This me. Now I told y'all the nursing story on yesterday, right? And I'm gonna give y'all an update on that. I told y'all the nursing story on yesterday, and let me just tell somebody this: when you, that sometimes you got to backtrack, because the Lord's not going to give you a new thing until you've done the old thing. You may be sitting there like, man, what's the next step? When I'm going to get the next thing? Have you done everything that the Lord already told you to do? What's in your hands, right? I hope that makes sense to somebody. What's in your hands right now? Have you accomplished? Have you made sure that the last instruction was carried out before God gives you the next one? I hope that makes sense. God doesn't give new instructions just because we ask. What he will do is say, hey, did you do what I had already told you to do? Right? You didn't do the last thing I told you to do. If and that's what the Lord said. He was like, if you ain't did the last thing, don't ask me for something new, because I'm not gonna give it to you yet. You ain't did the last thing. Do the last thing. Okay. Me, Lord, what's next? He said, you ain't do the last thing next. Now, the last thing that I told you to do. I had to backtrack and go back and say, okay, Lord, you know what? You was right. I didn't. For some of you, finish what you started. I hope that makes sense to somebody. You got to finish what you started, even if it don't make sense. That's something else the Lord told me on yesterday, and he reiterated that on today. Finish strong. You have to finish what you started. Okay. If you ever feel lost, or if you're questioning your steps, go back to the last thing God told you. Did that come to pass? Did you complete it? Sometimes it's not what's next, Lord. It's, Lord, have I completed this part of the assignment? Okay. Kingdom work is daily work, and we've got to stay faithful to it. We should be praying every day. We should be reading the word every day, not just on Sundays, not just when you need something. This is that relationship, y'all. If you think about how the Lord wants us, like, I need God every day. Every single day, y'all. It ain't a day that pass. I need him every day. And this is when I wrote this. I believe that one of the reasons God hasn't let me down is because there ain't a day that I don't thank him. There ain't a day I don't talk to him. There's not a day that I don't give gratitude that he got me covered. Every day. Every day. And you got to worship him and thank him in every season. Good morning, Alchemist. Let's talk about this, because this is the part people don't be wanting to talk about. Not just the blessing season, not just in the palace, but in the pit. And I'm sure we've all heard this, right? Can you worship God when you're going through the worst and hardest time of your life? And the Lord gave me something in the, I'm going to tell y'all the scripture that I think I repeated more than I could even tell y'all. Sometimes I had to repeat this scripture when I was broke down, snotting, ugly crying in the car, especially when I was homeless, y'all. And in the car, there were days when all I could do was just pray over and over and over. Though he slay me, yet will I trust him. I can remember sitting in that car, y'all, having full breakdowns. I'm in the car. Didn't nobody even know. I'm laying in the back seat, right? Because you couldn't see me once I was laying down in the back seat. And I would be back there boo-hoo crying just over and over and over. Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him. Though he slay me, yet will I trust you. I trust you, Lord. Though you slay me, yet will I trust you, y'all. Because I was in the pit. Do you understand? Can you worship as much in the pit when you're going through your struggle as you do when you start receiving the blessings? I hope that makes sense to somebody. It's been times when I was broke down, crying, snotting, and just repeating over and over and over. This is Job 13:15. Though he slay me, yet will I trust him. Man, that scripture got me through some seasons, y'all. not days, not nights, seasons. Because understand, my homeless season lasted 2.5 years. 2.5 years I slept in my car in the back seat, y'all. 2.5 years, not months, not days, years. Do you understand? And so all I had was God and the word and prayer and help, tears. Lord, please, Lord, help me. But then he brings you out. And are you going to keep praying? This is that keeping the fire going, right? Are you going to keep praying the same way you was praying and begging and pleading when you was in the pit? It's a test. That's why the Lord say, don't forget me when I take you where you're going. Don't forget me now. Don't forget how much you prayed and read the word and talked to God. And don't forget when you was in your manna season, how good that manna was. I hope that makes sense. That scripture held me at some of the hardest times of my life. You got to tap in daily. You got to lock in daily. You got to reignite the fire, even on the days when you don't feel like it. Sometimes you don't feel like doing it. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you be tired. You be depleted. I had one of them days Monday where I was just like, oh my God, I got stuff to do today that I got to be like, man, it's just like, okay, I got to get this done. Sometimes you have like Monday was a day where I had to get life stuff done. So I ain't feel like doing nothing. I ain't want to do nothing. It was like I'm tired now. But then I still had to do Bible study and I still had to do schoolwork and I still had to go pick my son up and I still had to get all these life things done, right? But guess what? You still got to make time for God. Drop it in the chat. I'm going to make time. Okay. I got time for the Lord. I got time today. Okay. I got time today, period. Stay obedient. Okay. Renew your mind, spend time in his presence. That's the first thing. That should be first. That's first things first, right? That's first things first. That's the first thing that we should be doing. First things first. We got to make sure that we're giving God the time that he deserves. Why? Because he gives us so much. I got time today. Okay. And I make time. And man, this is going, okay. I'm tracking now because y'all, that's why I had to have that talk this morning. We're going to talk about Egypt, y'all. We're going to talk about Egypt and the promised land, which I told y'all I need the kingdom more than the promised land. We gonna talk about it though. We'll get back to it. We gotta learn to let go sometimes. Yesterday is done, and tomorrow has enough troubles of its own. Okay, old ashes, because the priests were responsible for removing the ashes every day. They didn't change the fire. They didn't restart the fire. The fire kept going, but they had to remove the ashes. Old ashes cannot fuel today's fire. Okay. I hope that makes sense. And that is it for the Bible clarity portion of the show. This segment of the message is sponsored by 336 Tarot and Oracle by Touche Germain. If you're looking for a tool to help you slow down, seek God's wisdom, and reflect on what he's speaking in this season, the message decks from 336 Tarot and Oracle are designed to encourage prayer, biblical meditation, journaling, and intentional kingdom conversations. Okay. From Bible clarity to faith and flow for finances, each deck is created to help you grow in wisdom, deepen your faith, and pursue purpose with clarity. Explore the collection today by checking the link in my bio. Okay, go click the link in my bio and discover the message for your current season. Okay, y'all know I got to add the sponsorship. I got to pay my dues, right? So this segment is sponsored by 336 Tarot and Oracle, which we finna get into in just a second. Ola, do it. Y'all ready? I feel like when we get to the kingdom clarity portion, it just be like, okay, y'all, sip your favorite adult beverage, honey. Sip your favorite adult beverage. Because I feel like this where it really get good. Y'all know we read the Bible, like especially Old Testament, and it's like the history we're learning, right? We're getting understanding. Hey, grandma, but when you get over here to this kingdom clarity, the kingdom clarity gives you kingdom life. So we're going to apply the principles to everyday life, right? So that we can live the life we're supposed to be living. So here we go. Now, this kind of going to jump around a little bit. So y'all just stay tracking with me. Okay. All to do it. Let's get to it. Stewardship requires consistency. Okay. And yes, some of these things are going to, because we got to talk about the principles, right? And how we, y'all, let me move this. I don't feel like that's the right spot for that. Hold on. Because if I bump something, I'm be mad. Okay, I'm back. So yes, some of this stuff we're just going to be reiterating what we just got done talking about, right? Stewardship requires consistency. You got to keep showing up. Okay. You got to be willing to do the hard things. You got to show up when it's boring, when it looks like nothing is working. Drop it in the chat. I'm going to show up and I'm going to keep showing up. Okay. Every day. Side note, y'all, and for those of you who are new, y'all know I take notes. And when I'm talking to the Lord and preparing for this, I journal just like I'm talking to y'all because I'm finna come talk it to y'all. Okay, walk it like I talk it. Anyway, side note, God will give you a strategy. Somebody finna get a strategy. And I don't know how the Lord finna give you the strategy, but he gave me a strategy because it was soon as I wrote like the do like something you got to do the hard things. And as soon as I did that, y'all, I wrote that, the Lord ended up giving me a strategy to do something hard. The Lord is getting ready to give somebody a strategy. There's something that you're going to be required to do, right? And you don't necessarily want to do it, but you have to do it. God is getting ready to give you a strategy to do it. And it's going to actually make what you have to do so much easier for you. Man, I was just like, and it's also, it's almost like, how can I tell the whole truth? I got to tell the whole truth is, well, I don't want to sound bad. Let me just suffice it to say it's a hard thing. It's something that I have to do. It's something that I'm required to do as a part of my responsibility and assignment, right? And so yesterday I was like, man, I don't want to do this. I don't do it. Oh, I didn't give the preface. If you new to the community, welcome. We're so happy, so grateful that you are here. But don't come over here with no religiosity in your spirituals, because we ain't on that. Okay, we ain't on that now. I'm trying to told you, if you knew and you don't know what we what, let me tell you, we in the kingdom over here. Don't come over here cray, because we ain't on that. All right, here we go. I was like, man, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And so when but I did it anyway. I was just like, oh. So two things happened at once. The Lord gave me two different ways to accomplish what it is that I needed to accomplish. And it also gave me an opportunity to, y'all, man, it also gave me an opportunity to do something that I need to do anyway. Man, look, the Lord finna give somebody a strategy to do something, and it's going to simplify your life, and it actually is going to end up being beneficial for you. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning. Y'all, this is a blessing. Man, God is good. Daddy, you just so good. God just be doing stuff. He just be doing stuff, y'all. Simplifying your life, making things easy. When you just stop doing, when you just let the Lord do what God is gonna do, man, the Lord will just make your life so easy, y'all, until it's crazy. He'll give you, and I'm finna tell y'all why. It look, man, look, God just be making, he just be doing stuff. And then I need somebody to what why because somebody need to understand this, man. You didn't have to whatever you've been doing, right? This feels like a whole side note, but if you knew, welcome. You've been having to, how do I just even start this, Lord? I need to give somebody some props. Okay. I need to tell you, good job. Because you've been doing something and you've been doing it with the bare minimum. You've been doing it with the best that you could do. You've been maybe, and I'm gonna give an example of this, but I know if it's something the Lord puts in my spirit, I know it's not just for me, y'all. Some of you have been doing something and you've been doing the very best you could do with what you had. And maybe it wasn't a lot, right? Maybe but you still showed up and did it anyway. You showed up when it took you 17 hours to get it done. You showed up and you just kept showing up, and all of a sudden I need somebody to understand that the Lord is getting ready to make it easy for you. He's getting ready to make it easy for you, y'all. And what used to be so complicated, He's finna get ready to make it easy for you. Good morning, Kay. Good morning. Man, I hope that makes sense. So I just want somebody to understand, if ain't nobody told you I'm proud of you, I'm proud of you. Okay. Drop that in the chat and encourage somebody today, because you really don't have no understanding of when you're just trying to do something because you know God has told you to do something. You know He's told you to do it. And hey, Mocha, I just need somebody to know, man, I'm proud of you. You didn't did, I just gotta chill, y'all. You didn't did the very best you could do with the resources that you had, with the maybe the equipment that you had. It's in this moment. And I'm stopping to say this, Lord, keep my emotions in order. Cause y'all know I start crying because I really be grateful, y'all. Like, y'all have no idea how grateful I am for the things that the Lord blesses me with. So the Lord blessed me with a new laptop, y'all. Right? He gave me the resources to purchase a new laptop. And I just got it on Monday. What's today? Wednesday. So I just got it on Monday. But before this laptop, I have been operating, my God. When I was in the car, I need somebody to understand and to be proud of your transition. When I was homeless, all I had was my phone and I had my Chromebook. Thank you to the person who purchased that Chromebook for me. Do you understand? And I was running everything with my car on, plugged into the cigarette lighter, so that with a little adapter that had like power outlets, so I could plug everything up to go live from my phone, right? I had, I literally would have my phone in the little holder. I'd have my laptop on my lap. I would have my iPad propped up in another place. So I was running everything from that, right? In my car. Okay. This is what I mean when I say keep showing up. And it didn't happen overnight. It happened in God's timing. Fast forward. No longer in the car. The Lord blessed me with the apartment. Cool. But even in here, y'all, up until right now, today, I have been running this on my Chromebook with my webcam, with my iPad for TikTok, because you can't use the TikTok studio on a Chromebook. You have to have a Windows system. This is business 101, entrepreneurship 101. Okay. For those of you who are getting into business, I hope you're taking notes. Okay. You can't run TikTok studio on a Chromebook. You have to have Windows. I ain't have Windows. So the Lord blessed me with a laptop that now has Windows. So now I get ready to come on here, and this was just the other day. I come on here. He already blessed me with the platform, right? Shout out Riverside. Y'all, do you know that what was it? I would literally get done with this live and I would have to wait 2 hours, because on the Chromebook, I would have to wait 2 hours for everything to finish processing before I could do the Kingdom Clarity newsletter. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to that. Before I could post my reels, before I could upload it to YouTube and publish it to the podcast. So in the meaning in between time, I'm sitting, but I made good use of my time. I'm sitting, I start doing homework for class. Yesterday, because I didn't get this laptop till Monday evening. Yesterday, I had everything published in 15 minutes, to the point where I was tripping. I was like, surely I ain't 15 minutes, right? Fast forward to today. I'm trying to go live. I didn't set my laptop up. I'm like, okay. I was like, okay. I was like, cool. Let me set my iPad up. When I tell y'all my iPad live would not go live, it would not. I didn't turn it off, turned it on. I'm like, man, what's going on? I just used the iPad yesterday. I heard the Lord say, studio. Huh? So 10 minutes before I had to go live, I'm trying to figure out, okay, how can I get Riverside open at the same time as TikTok? Okay, wait a minute, my mic ain't working. That's why I asked y'all to do a mic check when you came in. And now I'm literally looking at both of the screen. Can I tell some? But do you understand that I went through years, years before this part? Do you understand that the Lord has you in an upgrade season? This is not specific to me, because everything and everyone attached to me wins. Can you drop that in the chat? You ain't got to believe me, but I'm telling somebody that the people that you associate with, when you bless, they bless too. When they move up, you move up too. Jared inspired me, right? Jared just got a master's. Now he's in school for a doctorate. And guess who in school? Like, do you understand that this is the importance of the people you surround yourself with? We got to level up. And then when they start leveling up, you start leveling up, and then you come share with, hey man, let me tell you how the Lord upgraded me, because then you can expect it in your own life. Does that make sense? Does that track for anybody? This ain't just my blessing. One thing I know and did, Sandy just said, I'm talking about God streamline my production. Like, why? Because it's my purpose. But everything and everyone attached to me wins. This blessing ain't just for me. Blessed to be a blessing. Man, I hope that makes sense to somebody. This is why you got to keep showing up. Because one thing God knows for sure is when you keep showing up, he's going to bless the work of your hands. Does that make sense? Do you realize that this is a blessing? This ain't nothing I did. This is me saying, okay, Lord, you know, I'm all in. Drop it in the chat. I'm all in. We going somewhere else with this. I got time today, y'all. So I hope this makes sense to somebody. When you tell the Lord you all in, watch how he start making sure that you got everything. He's gonna start making things so easy till you gonna be like, man, I can't even believe me right now. And all of this because I'm looking at everybody. I don't need to see myself, but I'm looking at everybody talking in the chat. And it's just like, man, Lord, and y'all have no idea like the emotions I'm feeling right now. I'm literally just like, thank you, Lord. That's why I keep stopping to say it. And I need you to know that this is your time for that too. God is getting ready to make something easy for you, something that you've been struggling with. You've been having, you didn't did, but you did the very best that you could. And guess what? With just what you had, you did the best that you could. And that's what keeping the fire burning means, that we were talking about in Leviticus 6. It don't mean you don't have to have the best equipment. I need somebody to understand this, because maybe that is why you feel like, well, I don't have the super fancy camera. Babe, I still got the same webcam that I bought almost 6 years ago. I was doing this in the car when I was plugged using my battery. And baby, don't tell me you got to have the best equipment, because you don't. It ain't got nothing to do with that. But let me tell you, when God know that you all in, he makes it easy. 2 weeks ago, this platform showed up that made life easy for me. Monday, he blessed me with this. I want to tell somebody this as well. Man, this is important. I ain't never said this before. I felt like standing up in that moment. Do you understand that as soon as I surrendered completely to God, he gave me more? He took away. I told y'all this a couple weeks ago. The Lord decreased me to increase me. Does that make sense to somebody? He told me to stop working. Do y'all understand that I don't have any job but the job that I'm doing right now for God? And as soon as I said, and we going somewhere with this, because this is what he had to check me about earlier, because some of y'all are going to have a mindset shift and understand you're not in Egypt anymore. We going to get to Egypt. Do you realize that the Lord took my job away and I'm more blessed now than I was when I had a job? I was I was working and didn't have a laptop. I hope this makes sense to somebody. The Lord will decrease you in the world and increase you in the kingdom. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. He will decrease you in the world and increase you in the kingdom. That's why you got to know where you from for real. That's why you operating under different rules and principles and laws. Cause kingdom life is for real. Soon as I said, Lord, I'm okay, let me come out the world and get in the kingdom, like I'm in. I'm all the way in. All of a sudden, y'all, resources start showing up. Now, mind you, I had to spend a few weeks sitting just like this, waiting, stewarding. It was a little, I ain't understand, heard me and heard me well. I'm going to tell this story because the Lord has given me the opportunity to tell it. I've been sitting here not for months, y'all, making it work, making it work. The Lord told me to decrease my hours at work. I need somebody to understand this because this is a step of obedience that you're going to have to take. It is absolutely stewardship. We're going somewhere with that. The Lord told me stop working overtime. Wait a minute, what, Lord? Stop. I say, but what about he say what? What about what? Okay, Lord, you're right. Ultimately, decrease my hours, stop working weekends, went to 8 hours, 5 days a week to resigning, right? So you got to understand that me looking around like, Lord, how you going the bills, Daddy? What? Woo, you gave me this, but it's stewardship. So I had to steward very well. Do you understand? Like, okay, I got $100 to get groceries. But guess what? I didn't been here before because the Lord taught me stewardship and homelessness. I hope that makes sense to somebody. He didn't teach me stewardship when I had everything. He taught me stewardship when I had nothing. Not a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. He didn't wait till I had the abundance. He waited till I had absolutely nothing to remind me that I am your source. Cool. So, something that you come to understand when it comes to like debt, right? I was basically for the last several months, y'all, the Lord had blessed me with credit cards because I had to decrease my finances. So let me just tell somebody this. Because don't ever think that I'm the only person that went through this season. I done maxed out every resource. I had used every dime that I possibly could use, y'all. I'm telling you the truth. I was like, the Lord decreased me in the world. And now I'm like, oh, what I'm gonna do, Lord? What to do? Then he said, go to school. Huh? Which like now? Not August? Me. August. I'm okay, Lord. I'm gonna go in August. He said, June. Okay. So he blessed me with resources through school. I'm not making this up. And this is not, I don't have anything to brag on. He made me understand debt in the process. For those of you who there's a thing as good debt and there's bad debt. Do you understand? So he taught me once again a stewardship, business, entrepreneurship 101. Once again, I hope you're taking notes. It's free. Okay, you're gonna go to school and learn this. You actually hear, I'm telling y'all this stuff in real life, in real time. And you finna go to school to learn it. Me. Okay, Lord. Him. Apply. For what? Loans? Who finna do that? No, Lord. You just got my credit together. I don't know, Lord. You know, I finally got over a 600 credit score. No, Lord. I didn't. At one point, y'all, I was at 700. Dad, I don't want to do that. You just got my credit together. What? He say loans. Me. Um. That I ain't never had I done been to college twice. I got I got 2 degrees. I don't want to get I've never had to use those before. He ain't said a word because he had already said what he said. Y'all, in one fell swoop, the Lord took away and blessed at the same time. He is going to make you learn stewardship. before you become wealthy. Do you understand that that's why I know wealth is my birthright? It's my inheritance, mine and yours. This ain't just for me. We in the kingdom. So for those of you who the Lord's saying, hey, you need to improve your skills. He tell you to do something that don't make sense. He tell you, and now all of a sudden here I am sitting here with resources that have improved that gave me back time. What is the one thing that you cannot get back? Time. One thing you cannot get back. Jared says, you sound like me when I was getting a car. No, now, Lord, I don't want another loan in my name. Baby, listen at me. I ain't never had loans other than car loans. I don't want, no, Lord, don't. He say, huh? Do you understand that the difference is the mindset? Man, we finna get into this. The difference is the mindset, because what I know is that because what he did, he decreased me and he increased me. And then he gave me time. Man, I hope that makes sense to somebody. And I like people, it's like I'm telling y'all this. People be like, oh, you telling your business. No, I'm not. I'm telling God's business. I ain't got no business but God's. Does that make sense to somebody? Do you know? Come on, 611. Do you know how many steps I could have saved if I had a me? I ain't have a me. Do you know how many? That's why, come on, y'all, share the message, share the live, share the love. Let somebody get some wisdom, because there's people out there right now who can skip a step because of your testimony. I don't, baby, I don't care. When the Lord tells me to share it, I'm going to share it because it needs to help somebody. It needs to help somebody. Because had I had the help that I wasn't, do you understand that I wasn't able to pay for stuff? So you looking in 11 places and you're overwhelmed with information and you don't know what, Lord, I don't know. And then you get frustrated. Then you want to give up because you're tired, or then you get got because you're naive. Man, listen. This why the Lord will tell you to go share stuff. I'm not a gatekeeper, if that's what it's called. Look, it's a gnat in here. I ain't a gatekeeper. No, I'm going to help somebody. Do y'all know why so many people are in poverty? Because they don't understand the kingdom. They think it's religion. No, baby, we ain't there ain't no religiosity over here, baby, but this a good life. And yes, sometimes it's hard, and sometimes it comes with battles, and sometimes it comes with a little bit of struggle. But I tell you what, God ain't stopped taking care of me. And the whole what ain't everything, I don't care what Bible you read. Jesus said, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is here, is now, has arrived. Here I am. I heard you was looking for me. Everybody looking, but don't nobody know how to get in. Y'all help somebody get in. Help somebody to get in. Man, look, because listen, y'all have no idea. Like I feel this for real. Like, man, because sometimes it can be pride, and it could be the thing keeping somebody from putting their idea out there, starting their business, and truly becoming free. So as a result of it, y'all, I'm telling this because because I need somebody to understand that you have to transition. It's a different mindset. We finna talk about Egypt, right? Let me get back to it. God will, okay, I'll tell you about that. Keep your fire burning. Don't allow distractions, complacency, or compromise to extinguish your passion for God. Release what's done. It's yesterday. It's let it go. So let it go. It's gone and you can't get it back, but you can have a great day today. Okay. You can have a great day today. Integrity matters. Make it right when you can and do the right thing. God values your worship, especially when you keep doing it, especially when you keep showing up. Keep the continual burnt offering symbolized an ongoing relationship with him, not an on again, off again relationship. The fire is that worship. God starts the fire, but we steward the flame. Keep showing up, keep obeying, keep worshiping, keep trusting. The kingdom advances through our consistency and faithfulness, one day at a time. Okay, let's talk about Egypt. Y'all sip y'all favorite adult beverage, because the Lord had to put a little check me in my spirituals on this morning. Okay. And we finna get into the clarity for this morning as well. So let me give y'all a quick update, right? Because transparency is a beautiful thing. So on yesterday, I told y'all the story about my nursing license, right? And how I've received the what I needed to say whether I could or could not reapply to be reinstated for my nursing license. For those of you who don't know, I was a nurse for 20 years, registered nurse. I was an LPN first, RN, lost my license back in 2017. Story for another day. So have not been in practice for 9 years, have gone through over the last year a process to be reinstated, and finally received the nod to be that and okay that I could apply, that it was recommended that I could be reinstated. So now the rest is up to the Lord. Okay. Told y'all the story yesterday, right? OMG. So I did it. I took the leap of faith because this is where the Lord checked me. And this is why we're talking about this today. Stewardship, like Lisa just said. And good morning, Lisa, if I ain't speak to you this morning. So I didn't immediately, so I need somebody to understand this. There's importance in pausing and praying before you move forward, right? So just because I got the recommendations doesn't mean that I was just like, oh yeah, let's do it. Message. I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna do it. No, man, I was like, okay, let me go pray about it. Let me talk to the Lord about it. So mind y'all, the Lord had just blessed me with these resources. And basically what I ended up doing with these resources, y'all, I paid debt. I invested in the business. Like I said, got the laptop, got the different things that I needed. But remember, I just told y'all that the Lord had decreased my finances. So I had lived on every resource that I possibly could put my hands on. Right. And so when I got these resources from the Lord on the other day, I literally had to pay back everything that I owed. I am a lender and not a borrower, but baby, I had to go through a borrowing season. Do you understand? This ain't no play, because do you understand? I know how many people are in this situation. I know because I'm living it. Not because of what I think. It's like, man, I know how many people, especially when you starting a business, you trying to invest and make sure you have the inventory, the supplies. Business is slow because business ain't always gonna have a great season, right? So not doing a whole lot over here. Okay, well, let me go work over here. Okay, let me go, this part of the business ain't doing as much right now. Okay, let me focus on the media division. Come on, divisions. So I'm like, okay, Lord, now I don't have stable income. So now I'm completely dependent upon the Lord to take care of me. I done maxed out every resource that I had available, y'all. When I say everything, I mean everything. But one thing about God, He's always going to make a way. So get some resources, pay just about everything that I owe. And I'm talking about, y'all have no idea. I can say it, I can tell it. Y'all, on yesterday, I had realized I had spent $5,000 in a day. Now, that ain't nothing to brag on because it ain't my money anyway, it's the Lord's. But can I tell you what I did? First things first, I didn't care about no bills. The first thing I did was gave money away. First thing. Number one thing. I didn't care about, I owe that. I owe that. Sure do. And the first thing I did was bless somebody else. Because I pay God first. Why? Because God just paid me. Does that make sense to somebody? God don't need my money. And I didn't just put it in one place. I literally was like, okay, let me send some blessings out. Let me send some blessings out. When I say you open up the way for abundance, let me bless some people today. Didn't nobody know? I was just like, Lord, what can I give away? He told me what to give away, and that was that. He said, now go take care of responsibilities. Cool. I ain't no hesitation, no line, no waiting. Okay, paid. So y'all had paid so much to the folks. It was like, hold on, fraud alert. Fraud alert. I was like, No, couldn't even get nothing else. Message, couldn't even buy nothing else. So then had these resources left, right, for Monday. I end up getting this same information about the nursing license for Monday. I'm like, okay, Lord, that's $750 that just back gonna take everything that I had left. So I told y'all this yesterday. Thank you for those of you who blessed me on yesterday. Because guess what I did? I went on ahead and said, you know what, Lord, let me just go and do it. I went on ahead and paid the 750 and send it off and say, okay, Lord, the rest is on you, right? The rest is on you. Cool. So now I know what I got left, and I'm like, okay, Lord. I was like, what else? Me, what else? What else can I do? What else do I need to take care of? Right now, it's always something. I say, man, I got to get a tune up on my car, right? Cool. So it's not even about like the not having the money in the bank. I'm going to make this connect. But do you understand that the Lord blessed me when I didn't have nothing? Like, I need somebody but why? It didn't come out of nowhere. It came because I did what God told me to do. I followed a path, and following a path that He opened up for me. And the path came out of nowhere because it wasn't even what I was expecting to be doing. And so I told the Lord, I said that to the Lord yesterday. I was just like, man, Lord. And because I was still sitting with how I felt about reapplying for nursing. So I prayed on it last night. And this morning, the Lord answered, right? Because in my head, it was like, I said, Lord, I don't want to go back to Egypt. And I hope I can make this make sense for somebody. This is mindset training, right? I say, Lord, I don't want to go back to Egypt. And I'm sincere about that. Like, I ain't going back to Egypt. Okay. And so this is what the Lord says. So I'm sharing this with somebody because I'm not the only one who needs it. Because for some of you, the Lord is going to call. He may be calling you out of a career. He may be calling you out of a job. He may be calling you out of something. But it's not about what He's calling you out of. It's about what He's sending you into. Here we go. So first things first, today is page 356 in the 45th volume of Touche, right? My birthday is in 10 days. Leo season. So as soon as I said, 356, I was like Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, right? Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. I say, okay, Lord, here we go. I knew immediately because I know what I prayed last night, right? So this is what the Lord said for somebody. This finna give some clarification because the Lord then called you out of something, and you may feel like He's calling you back into something. For some of us, let's say, for example, He called you out of work, but He may be sending you back into work. That may be a part of your assignment in this season, right? So I pulled a card to clarification this. Number one, for myself, and number two, for kingdom clarity. The card I ended up getting was this, y'all, Proverbs 10 and 17. People who accept discipline are on the pathway to life, but those who ignore correction will go astray. We talked about that on yesterday in Leviticus 5. You can go back and watch that message. We talked about that on yesterday. I was like, okay, Lord. I'm tracking. So then I pull the card for Kingdom Clarity, and I get 1616. And this says life-changing events, orchestrated chaos, and breaking ancestral karma. Mind y'all, we had the tower on yesterday. So immediately I said, something's coming. And I was like, what's going on, Lord? Like, how do you want me to connect this? But it was revelation. You're the one, okay? You're the one breaking ancestral karma. And for many of you, what this is breaking an Egypt mindset. Egypt is not a physical place. Egypt is a mindset. Okay. Egypt is a season, whatever keeps you in captivity. Does this make sense to somebody? It could be depending on a stable paycheck or routine, predictable circumstances, but there's no freedom in it. Because me, Lord, I don't want to go back to Egypt, right? Egypt is living beneath what God has called you to. Drop this in the chat. I want what God wants for me. Why does it say, hold on, y'all? I want what God wants for me, right? Look, oh, because I've been on here an hour. I want what God wants for me. I want everything that God has for me. Do you understand? I'm talking about everything, everything. I want what God has for me. So Egypt is living beneath what God wants for you. Okay. It is a mindset. I'm going somewhere with this. Living in fear and not faith, surviving instead of thriving, depending on people or systems more than God. Good morning, J. Lulu. Accepting slavery because it's familiar. Man, look, y'all, letting your past define your future. Egypt is the place where your life is controlled by something other than God. I say, wait, what? I say, what, Lord? He say, you realize because me, Lord, I want to make sure that I'm making the right decision. And he said, yeah, you got this is discipline. You got to get up and check in 6 days a week. And yeah, you got to, go to these meetings and that's cool. And he say, but guess what? This opens up another option for you. Do you understand? How do I explain this to somebody? The shift that happens is you're no longer controlled by the world or your profession or, and I said it this way to myself yesterday. I said, well, Lord, I said, nursing now, it's a room in the house, but not the foundation. Some of y'all, the Lord is going to shift you from making whatever. I don't care what your work is. I don't care what you do. I don't care what the foundation is God, period. Y'all know we've been building this house now for months. The foundation is God. And where your shift is going to happen is because for many of us, when we're in the world, the foundation is our job, our career, whatever we use to make money that brings us, what's the word? Predictable income. Because business is unpredictable, but God is faithful. Does that make sense to somebody? So the Lord said, you're not going back to Egypt because you reapplied, because now, good, if I want to, I can. And if I don't have to. I could very much continue to do just what I'm doing right now, y'all. And the Lord had to check me in my spirituals about it. So I'm not going to be convicted by myself. All it's doing, he's going to do is give you an option, but it no longer controls you. It just gives you another door. Do you know the blessing of freedom is that you can either choose to walk through the door or not? And after the Lord said that this morning, I say, you was right, Lord. So for some of you, the blessing is that you going to have options. Options. I can do it if I want to. I don't have to work 74 12-hour shifts. If I want to work an 8-hour shift, if I decide to even work it all, the Lord say the door is open, because the shift is it no longer controls you. I hope that makes sense to somebody. God didn't take the Israelites straight to Canaan. He went through the wilderness. Why? because he could get Israel out of Egypt quicker than he could get Egypt out of Israel. The wilderness is a place of transformation. It's the in-between place. It is the in-between the old and the new. You ain't who you were, but you ain't who you're becoming either, right? The promised land, stewardship, is the place of stewardship. Walking in God's promise right now. Drop it in the chat. I want it now. We ain't waiting on the promise. We walking in the promise now. Now, mind you, for those of y'all who understand we kingdom life, we ain't I ain't the promised land is cool, but the kingdom is better. Okay. Kingdom life. There were still giants, battles, work. It wasn't easy, but we are finally living where God intends for us to be. The promised land is purpose, peace, freedom, responsibility, stewardship, faithfulness. It ain't the absence of problems. You still gonna have to deal with stuff, right? But it's living under God's provision and promise. Egypt looks like I'm working to survive. The promised land is your money having a purpose and you being a steward and not just a consumer. I hope that makes sense for somebody. And then the last thing, and we finna get the clarity, y'all. Egypt is any place that teaches you to depend on the world for your identity, provision, or security. And that's the shift that the Lord is saying, hey, some of y'all finna get ready to make this shift where you're going to realize that God is your source. And that literally is what changed things. It's like, okay, I let that go. And now all of a sudden the Lord said, okay, now you remember that I'm your source. But remember, I didn't teach you that right now. I taught you that in the wilderness. For me, homelessness. Does that make sense? The Lord is it's like he has to remind us. This is what Leviticus is doing. Like, hey, I'm the source. If you just continue to remember, even in your wilderness season, that God is the source, you gonna be all right. Last thing, in that moment, the Lord made me realize that some of us have an Isaac. Do you have an Isaac? Okay. Nursing was my Isaac. I hope that makes sense. Nursing was my Isaac. God never intended for Abraham to lose his son, but he did intend to reveal where Abraham's heart rested. Okay. Do you have an Isaac? That's why the Lord said, put it on the altar, right? Are you willing to sacrifice the thing that you think is going to carry you through? Do you have an Isaac? I don't know if you have one or not. I know it was mine. So the sacrifice, and I just told y'all, I wasn't convicted about putting it on the altar. The Lord told me to resign from my job, that was my surrender. For real. When I said, hey, I release it and I just go with what God tells me to do, which is building this, doing this. And it's like, as soon as I chose God completely, guess what? Resources came, new equipment came, upgrades, chair, new stuff, just y'all. And I need somebody to understand, because I put Isaac on the altar, right? I said, okay, yeah, that's my Isaac. And and then the Lord said, I ain't want you to, man, I hope this makes sense. I ain't want you to give it up for real anyway. I just wanted to make sure that your heart was right. When he gives you resources and you give before you even are concerned with yourself, when you give him first before you even take care of what you need, I just got to make sure your heart's in the right place. Does that make sense? It doesn't have to be for me. I'm just giving y'all examples, but it was different. This is for me. The Lord blessed me with money. Okay, well, it's not mine anyway. Let me bless somebody else, because I can remember how many days I was that person on the other side needing the blessing. Anyway, do you have an Isaac? And then the ram in the bush, on the mountain of the Lord, it will be provided. Message. He wants to see where your heart's at. Are you willing? What are you putting ahead of God? Right? What are you putting ahead of God? Let's get some clarity out here. Y'all like the live share the love. OMG. Here we go. In my spirituals, okay? In my spirituals, intuition, gut feelings, inner knowing, trust yourself, and psychic insights. first thing coming out. So we finna see what you got to trust God for. Okay, what you got to trust God for. What feeling? Look, that's Pam. Pam, trust yourself, honey bunny. Good morning, morning star. Trust yourself. Okay, trust yourself. Trust what you are feeling. Trust those little intuitive nudges. Trust when God is telling you to do something. That's it. That's all. That's the message. I'm just playing. Y'all, you can't make it up. Oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my territory. Where do hold on? Let me get my journal. Didn't we talk about the prayer Jabez just the other day? Somebody finna get some expansion, some growth and some expansion. Drop it in the chat. It's me. I receive it. I receive it. If you don't, that's okay. I don't want your portion though, because I only want what God has for me. But there's some growth and expansion getting ready to happen in somebody's life, and we receive it, Lord. I'm pretty sure that I talked about the prayer Jabez just the other day. Maybe we had it, maybe we didn't. I don't know, child. Seemed like we did, but maybe I'm just not remembering correctly. But I don't, even if we didn't, babe, I received the growth and expansion. Okay. I receive it, and we thank you, Lord, for it in advance. Because it's definitely happening. I wanted to find it, but y'all know me. If I don't find it, if it take too long, then I'm gonna move on. Bars, that's what that had meant. So growth and expansion that's happening for some of us. I'm a look, I ain't gonna hold y'all in this message. I receive it, Lord. I sure do. Maybe it came up on another oh, here it is right here. Look, I just had to be patient, didn't it? Some of y'all go back in your journal to June the 30th. June the 30th, and see what you wrote on that day. We got the Two of Cups and the Chariot on that day. What did I talk about? I have the prayer of Jabez. I have the number 963 as well. That's the frequency of God message. New old ideas, because now you're ready. You're having to relearn. Rest is okay. Every hour isn't busy. 26 to 7 28. I think this was only my second day of not of being unemployed officially, and then wisdom is wealth. Oh, y'all, this was the day that the Lord told me to put the message on Spotify. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the podcast. Okay. Good morning, morning star. Y'all I can't see the chat. Oh, let me change it. Hold on. I can't, my bad, y'all. Okay, I can see y'all again. Good morning, morning star. Good morning. So growth and expansion on the horizon. We receive it, Lord. That you cry out, and the Lord be listening. If you think he's not, he heard you. Okay, here we go. We have counterfeit that is coming in as well. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. No, I was 10:17 that I got. This is temptation. This is deception, trickery, the seduction. No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind, and God is faithful. I literally just said that. God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, he will also provide a way out so that you can endure it. Can we just say thank you, Lord, for bringing us out? Thank you, Lord, for bringing us out. You know, sometimes the end. Oh, that's coming up right in the middle of this. Don't fall for don't fall for the foolishness. Okay, we finna get two cards on the other side of this. Some of you, this is like false opportunities. You got to know the difference. This is why I share so much and I tell people so much stuff. Right? Good morning, Quantum. Good morning, y'all. Welcome, Quantum. Y'all show the new people them what to do. Okay, come in, like the live, share the love. Drop something in the chat that you're grateful for. Let's get in the flow of abundance. Let me just say this. For some of you, their growth, it's like, oh, come on, God, I receive it. Thank y'all. Baby, you better trust your spirituals. Don't get got. This is why discernment is so important on this, okay? Because let me tell you this, you finna come across people who try to take advantage of you. It's why I tell so much stuff, y'all. Now, I am grateful because every opportunity was a learning experience, but this why you got to stop and take everything to the Lord before you do something, before you accept an invitation, before you sign a contract, because it still felt like, y'all, people still out here trying to take advantage of folks. Okay. So this is why you finna, and then this is people. Counterfeit opportunities will pop up just like real ones. This is why you got to be like, Lord, is this good? Is this what you want me to do? Hold on, spirit check. Okay, spirit check. Every opportunity ain't a good opportunity. Ain't everything. No, No, I don't care how much, you know what? You right, Lord. I'm tracking. Everything ain't good for you. And sometimes the Lord wants you to just build with him before he teach you, let you go learn from somebody else. So everything ain't good for you. Be mindful, because everybody, let me just be honest. Let me tell the truth and shame the devil now. I run a business. I have business products. Feel free to click the link in my bio. Okay. But I'm not gonna try to get you, and I know you don't know nothing. Does that make sense? I want somebody to be mindful. Fast money is not good money. If I could save anybody a step, baby, don't go in debt in the beginning. What you say, Touche? Don't go in debt in the beginning. You're gonna be excited, and you're gonna want to do everything, and you're gonna want to, every time somebody offers something, yeah, it's going to sound good. It's marketing, of course it sounds good, and you're excited about your business, but it may not be what you're ready for. Business 101: if you ain't got your LLC, if you ain't got your business insurance, if you ain't got your business licenses, you ain't, baby, you ain't at scale yet. Does that make sense to some? Look, now it sound good because you excited and you know your business is going to grow because God is giving you the vision. But I'm here to tell somebody, if your foundation ain't in place, you're not at scale yet. You got to first start producing the fruit before you can go out and plant the vineyard. Start with one tree. Okay. One tree. Now, how do I know this? Because I was trying to scale before I had a business. Does that make sense to somebody? Like, I'm not just pulling stuff out of nowhere, y'all. I'm saying this entrepreneurship 101. I'm telling you, because I was like, oh, I'm a scale and I'm a have some. I kid you not. Jared is on here right now as we speak. Y'all, I didn't even know what I was doing. And I was like, Jared was helping me do stuff. This was years ago. Like, I was like, oh, I need an assistant. Baby, I ain't even much have business to assist. What? Like, y'all, telling you, don't let people get you got. Okay, message. I'm trying to tell you. Look, now this is sticking out, so I'm gonna pull it. You knew, you naive, and it's people who know it. Take it back to the Lord. Okay, take it back to the Lord. Wait for it. We just talked about Habakkuk 2, 2, and 3. Write the vision and make it plain. Write my answers plainly on tablets so that a runner can carry the correct message to others. This vision is for a future time. It describes the end and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. Do you understand that the Lord be telling us, you got to be patient? You got to wait a minute. I know you want it right now because we be excited. And the Lord be like, it takes some time. You're gonna have to put the work in. You're gonna have to keep showing up. You're gonna have to show up when ain't nobody watching. You're gonna have to show up when it look like ain't nothing growing. You're gonna have to show up with equipment that is subpar. You're gonna have to show up when you tired. You're gonna have to show up when you struggling. You're gonna have to show up. The Lord ain't gonna start blessing it until he knows you gonna stick with it. When you in and out, he in and out too. When you start being consistent, he can start consistently blessing. Yes. Like, look, Mocha just said you got to keep watering it. You can, man, listen at me. You're going to be like, man, I can't believe this is as far as I am. Like, Lord, when is it going to happen? He said, just wait for it. Drop this in the chat. I'm going to wait. Man, look, again, this is where, just why y'all have meant it in y'all spiritual zone today. This your spirit names coming through saying, hey, everything that look good ain't good. Be mindful, because this is the time when you get got, because it's going to answer something you need right now. But the Lord said be patient, because we eat. Meet me in the trap. Okay, it's going, not it's going down in the TMs. It's going down in the TMs today. Trying to tell y'all the TMs. Trying to save somebody a step. I don't know who this for. I don't know. But the Lord said, hold on. Wait a minute. If this coming up right here, there's already growth and expansion on the horizon. He say, hold on, wait for it. Don't fall for the trap. I don't know what the opportunity is. Maybe he talking to me. I receive it, Lord. Anyway, it's something. Look, I look down. Now I'm gonna show y'all this, and I try not to do that. But if they sticking out, then I feel like I got to look at them. Right. This is a test. I need to put a cover or something over the card so I can't see them. This is a test. James 1, 2, and 3. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. 111. Now, faith, I saw this number yesterday, is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And then entrepreneur. This is in regards to a business opportunity. Telling somebody career goals, entrepreneur, leaving a legacy, anything worth having is worth building. Okay. So you're gonna have to build it. I'm gonna put these down here. Let me slide these down this way, y'all. Y'all just wait. Guess what I want my next upgrade to be? A camera up there. Just wait for it. It's coming. Let me shuffle a little bit. Every day I'm shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. Here we go. Let's clarity in my spirituals. Okay. Message. We received the Phoenix Rising transformation. Didn't I just, when we just talking about that, didn't I write it? Did I write it down, y'all? Let's see. That's the wilderness. Thank y'all. That's what it was talking about in the wilderness. Child, Spirit and them doing a spirit dance on the day. The wilderness is a place of transformation. So for many of you, this is going to be a strengthening of your discernment. Okay. This is talking about rising from the ashes. Didn't we just say you can't burn? How did we write that, y'all? You can't burn today's fire with today's fire with yesterday's ashes. Man, look, Jared just said, wait till you get your music going. Wait, I'm gonna have go DJ. That's my DJ. Y'all think it's a game over here, baby. Listen, this a whole show. You ain't even know it. Y'all is in the studio audience. Period. Ascension. The end is just the beginning, okay? And rebirth. So for many of you, you are in the process of this rebirth, right? So this is a very vulnerable time. Just be clear about that, okay? This is a vulnerable time for you, okay? Because remember, can we talk about, thank y'all. Remember when Jesus had first began, he was beginning his ministry. So because it's for those of you who want to take it back to the word. And remember, he had to go out in the wilderness to be tested for 40 days and 40 nights. I hope that makes sense to somebody. This is a vulnerable time because you're starting something new. This is a new beginning. So this is a time where you got to be like, and I need somebody to understand this. You never know who's watching you. Hey, y'all, that's why y'all keep bouncing from place to place. It's a lot of y'all today. What y'all want? Everybody in the building today. Hey, y'all, what y'all was doing? The child, ancestor them came deep. Wait a minute. Oh, look, I know it ain't. Let me tell somebody. Now look, they said look to the right. Did 6:11 Ephesians. I said the number 6:11 earlier, didn't it? Put up that this a different 6:11. We had Isaiah 61:1. This different. Armor up. Drop that in the chat. Armor up. Put on all of God's armor so that you will be able to stand firm against all strategies of the devil. Anyway, I don't know where I said it at, but they said that's why Spirit and them showed up. I'm talking about deep in this thing. Let me tell you something. Your Spirit and them, because you in transition, honey, because you at a vulnerable place. And it's some folk, man. I'm gonna say, because I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. Baby, let me tell you something. You might think, Lord, I feel like I had to stand up. Y'all, I done felt like standing up on all day today. You might think that people ain't watching you. They watching. Keep praying. Keep showing up. Don't worry about them. But the Lord will make you aware. But this like God standing at your back like this. This why I'll be like, yeah. Because them angels then stood up, honey. I don't know whose angels this is. But baby, they done stood up and said, yeah. Yeah. No play on it. Y'all calm down, calm down. Calm down. We cute. We'll fight. We pray. Okay. So anyway, but the Lord be like, be ready. Remember, we talked about the other day. I'm sending you out. The wolves. Okay, the wolves. So that's that on that, because it's a vulnerable time. And people are gonna want to capitalize on you. Okay, I hope that makes sense to somebody. Armor up. What else, Lord? A miss. Because who has time for this? I mean, but I'll be grateful when the Lord lets you know, right? When he lets you know. Message, come on, the seed. Did somebody plant a seed on yesterday? I hope, man, come on. This is a confirmation that somebody's seed finna grow. Do you? Maybe I'm just excited for myself. Can I just tell somebody that your seed finna grow? Did you plant a seed on yesterday? Did the Lord tell, man, thank you, Lord, in advance for because I planted a seed yesterday. I told y'all about the seed. I told y'all what I did on yesterday. Did somebody plant a kingdom seed on yesterday? Don't tell nobody. Just say if you did, just say yes, and then say thank you, Lord, because this is the Lord letting you know, like, good, well done, my good and faithful servant. This is like the Lord confirming for somebody that you did exactly what you're supposed to do. All this morning, y'all, and yesterday, the Lord been talking to me about the path, right? It's like the Lord is trying to confirm for somebody. This is an ace of pentacles, y'all. That you planted the right seed in the right direction, chose the right path, did the right thing, had the right conversation, whatever it is. This is a confirmation that it may take time. You may have to wait for it. You may have to keep the fire burning, right? Leviticus 6. Okay. But the seed is going to produce fruit. Now, you never know, message, which seed is going to produce the fruit first. That's why you got to keep sowing. Does that make sense? You got to keep sowing, because he's telling you that if you're willing to wait and not fall for the okie doke, the seed is going to grow. But it's going to take time, perseverance. It's going to take patience. It's going to take, you're going to have to keep watering. Then somebody, I think Mocha said, you got to keep watering the seed. Man, look, thank you, Lord, in advance. I tell the Lord, thank you. I thank you for me and everybody else too, the whole community and everybody who gonna come across this message. And you may not never seen me before a day in life, but if you don't do nothing, know nothing else, baby, we prosperous over here in the kingdom. Okay, ain't no play about it. This is why you got to make sure your character's intact. The Lord is telling you that he's getting ready to give you abundance. He's giving you examples of what abundance looks like. It ain't always monetary. It's not. But guess what? Money's included in the kingdom. This is why you ain't got to worry about, man, look, this is why you ain't got to worry about it. Does that make sense? You ain't got to worry about the money, because the money is a byproduct of kingdom life. What else, Lord? Don't fall for the foolishness. I know we get excited. We be wanting it. The Lord say, let me teach you first. You could thank the Lord playing if you want to. What can y'all see? Can y'all see the shield? What you had said, Lord? Let me show it one more time. Do y'all see the shield? I can't see if y'all can y'all see this over on the YouTube side of the street? Is it in the camera? It's probably not focusing. Defensive, protect, support, guardian, being prepared, security. Come on, security, top flight. It's the other world, Craig. Security. Then I just say, what the Lord protecting you from? For somebody, you finna turn an opportunity down. Lord, what is it that I need to turn down? Turn it down. I can't tell nobody what to do. I can only tell you, be careful. Be mindful. Be careful. Because it's something the Lord saying, that ain't for you. That ain't for you. Nah. You, hey, something, if it, hey, what else, Lord? But this also speaking to that protection. Didn't I just tell y'all somebody spirit them stood up and was like, oh, we in this bitch? That's what they said. Y'all had meant it too, didn't it? Did have meant it. Let me also tell you what's protected. This. That's why the Lord then started telling you to prune some folks out your life. Everybody can't go. Everybody ain't finna. You could have thought that somebody couldn't been like Ace Boon Coon. This your dog. That's my dog. And then the Lord said, they can't go. Why? Because he know their heart. You start, wait a minute, Lord, they can't go. But this may be a pruning season because the Lord is going to prosper you. And remember, we already said everything attached to you wins, and everybody don't deserve your blessing. Anyway, you can hold on to them if you want to, but the Lord might have told you, like, all right, I told you. So when something ends up happening, you'll know that it's like you've been warned kind of energy, right? The Lord said, you ain't gonna, you won't get me like that. Child, I think I done got mad at my spirituals. Anyway, I didn't. Did I hit the cards? Okay, my bad. My bad, honey. One is I have felt a little. Anyway, I'm back. All right, y'all. Here we go. We on repeat. Let me just show you how we ended yesterday. Now, which one? This was yesterday. Here's today. Right? Five of Pentacles. We had the Five of Pentacles in the Bible Clarity deck on yesterday. Now we got the Five of Pentacles again. I'm telling somebody right now, you do not have to believe me if you don't want to, but this opportunity is going to leave you off worse than better. Does that make sense to somebody? That's the first part of this. And I feel this in my spirituals. That's this card. Okay. All right. The Lord saying, it's going to leave you off worse than better. Okay, this is a card of lack. Now, switching from that, because I said what I said. I don't know what this is. Maybe you didn't prayed and said, hey, Lord, maybe it's like something that's going to tell you, that you can make $10,000 in 2 hours or something. And you're not at the $10,000 in 2 hour step. I don't know. And the Lord's just like, discernment, pray for it. Okay, discernment. Okay, moving on from that, let's talk about you're breaking chains. Drop this in the chat. I did not say that. Wasn't that in my notes this morning? You are a generational. You're breaking. Come on, breaking. Excuse me, y'all. I hit the microphone. You're breaking ancestral karma and chains, right? This is why your battle has been what it is. This is why it seems like it's so tough to overcome and to accomplish and to move forward, because you're breaking chains. It ain't easy. Some of you don't even realize, if the Lord has already told you that you're the first millionaire, multimillionaire in your family, do you realize that you're breaking generations of poverty? Generations. Do you understand? Generations. And that's why your struggle has been what it's been. That's why your battle has been harder than anything else. But can I also say that's why your angels standing up saying, hey, now we got this covered, because message, they know how big your assignment is. That's why they keep lifting you and carrying you, because the Lord has given his angels charge over you to keep you in all your ways. They know how they know how big your assignment is. Your spirit nims know, like, man, this the one that finally stood up and said no more. Drop this in the chat. No more. On your family line, on your bloodline. You ever been in maybe it's just me, man, everybody's struggling in the family. Everybody got lack, but you the one who said, no, I ain't gonna be able to do it no more. No, we are breaking this, y'all. That's why you don't have to fight, because we don't fight. Remember, we don't fight. We pray. The Lord is not, we ain't in the kingdom as soldiers. What you say, Touche? We not in the kingdom to fight. God got an army. They call angels. What I'm gonna fight for? I ain't got to do that. I got help. Okay? With that being said, the only fight you got is to keep showing up, keep building, keep growing, keep moving forward, keep making progress, keep planting seeds, keep believing, keep living in the kingdom. Because as long as you stay, you can't make anybody else come in, but there are people, your family gonna be blessed because you blessed. I hope that makes sense to somebody. Generational. So yes, this, I told y'all, poverty mindset. Didn't I say, and when we were talking about the transition from Egypt to the promised land, I'm not even going to say the promised land, from Egypt to the kingdom. Come on, from the car to the kingdom, from Egypt to the kingdom. This is what we're in the middle of, y'all. Changing mindsets, changing kingdoms. The kingdom of darkness versus the kingdom of life. You choose, okay? You choose. This is why the Lord is saying, like, hey, no, I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. But I know that I'm going to keep doing it because it's people depending on you to do this. So that your children, your nieces, nephews, sister, brother, everybody, amen. Baby, I'm choosing side. I didn't switch sides. I didn't already switch sides, honey. I didn't switch. It's a mindset shift. It's a mindset shift, baby. It's a shift, but it has to happen. And we're in the process of shifting. I told the Lord yesterday, look, I got 2 cars that came out. Man, I should have wrote it down. But I didn't. But anyway, I told the Lord yesterday, can I just say this? I ain't never spent $5,000 in a day, y'all. And then just been like, oh, it's cool. Ever wary. I say, and I'm sitting drinking tea. I was like, Lord, I just dropped a bag. Like, and then ain't broke. Man, look, man, I'm trying to tell somebody, oh, hey, man. Ooh. Look, my bad, y'all. I put on too much lip gloss. Wait. But you can't never get enough of God's grace. Right. Shop Touche Cosmetics. Period. This is called God's grace. Anyway, my bad, y'all. I had really put on too much lip gloss. Anyway, that's my favorite gloss from myself. Touche. Shout out Touche Cosmetics. Get it in the TikTok shop. Okay. God's grace, right? So, look, that was funny. Okay, I'm back. So, I said that to the Lord yesterday, but do you understand that it's a different mindset? When you've had a poverty mindset for so long, it's so hard to transition into an abundant mindset. Like, it's a process, y'all. Like, you really just be like, because you've been so used to lack or having just enough. You've been so accustomed to ride from you've been so accustomed to this. Man, if I spend this, ain't no more coming. Man, if I spend this, I don't have it. The whole shift is being like, I know more is coming. I know that I'll never go without. My Father supplies all of my needs. Money is always coming to me. I don't work for money. Money works for me. You start saying stuff like that, but when you start believing it, because there's a difference between saying it and believing it, when you really start operating under kingdom law and kingdom principles, you really be like, I don't worry about money. And sometimes that the enemy try to get in your ear and be like, you ain't gonna be able to pay your rent. You're not gonna pay your bills. Like, he be trying to sow them seeds because he didn't had hold of you for so long. But you let me go. Drop that in the chat. You and say it. Put some bass in your spirituals. Cause I was finna cuss. Y'all heard the cuss word in my spirituals. Let me go. You better start commanding some stuff. I said that today. I say, Lord. And I said it the other day, and sure enough, I was like, "No, I'm gonna need some." And the Lord say, "Remember, Daniel had to wait 21 days." I say, "Well, I ain't Daniel. Shout out, Spirit Nim, Ancestor Nim, Daniel Nim. But I'm gonna need my stuff, Lord." But I promise you, I start praying, and the Lord start moving stuff right on out the way. Baby, let me go. You can't have me. I don't belong. And the enemy don't want you to leave out his kingdom. Man, look. You can't have me. You can't have me. Let me go. You can't have me, my children, my family, my community, and their families. You can't have us. Let go on now. That's one of them get thee behind me, Satan. No, you can't have us. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. No, that's it. Message. The emperor, Adam, this is divine masculine. This is principles, wealth, provider, protector, authority, period. And then we have the wolf moon. Didn't I say something about the wolves? Telling y'all, reflective energy, new passion, collaboration, and partnership. Okay. And fertility. Somebody business finna start booming. Drop it in the chat. It's mine. My business is abundant. Man, decree and declare that for yourself, for your life, for your business, for your children's businesses, for their work, for their blessings, for their abundance. Lord, before you bless me, bless my children. Give them the opportunities that they need, Lord. May they prosper in everything that they do. You better start speaking some life into what it is. I heard that today. The Lord checked me. Once again, he checked me. And I was like, okay, Lord. I was like, I got to see some growth somewhere. I was like, I done got this together. And do you understand that this is also a transition? In just today, y'all, here come the Lord. Changed my whole little setup. To me, this is the Lord, and maybe other people don't understand this, but when the Lord blesses me with something like this, man, this just made my whole workflow. It's a system, right? This just made my whole workflow so much easier. That be business booming. It ain't just about the people who are going to buy the products, because you don't worry about the people. The Lord is going to send your customers. He's going to send those people. Sometimes it's the little things where it's just like, man, Lord, I'm doing really well on TikTok today. Shout out TikTok. I'm doing really well on TikTok. Like, take those small things that the Lord gives you as abundance as well, right? I hope that makes sense for somebody. For some of you, this is going to be creating order for you as well. Discipline is going to be important as well. You got to be disciplined. You got to be disciplined. Power, leadership, stability. Some of you are getting ready to receive that. Maybe that's something that has been lacking for a long time. But I tell you, once the Lord starts giving you stability, he ain't going to just give it to you in one area of your life. He's going to give you stability in every area of your life. Your relationships are going to be stable. Your income is going to be stable. It's that transition, y'all. We're in the process of transitioning into the kingdom life, right? But once you own it and you know you in it, you ain't gonna get out. You're gonna be like, oh, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Now, message, I got to stay over here because it's good over here. Okay. But this is still a transition as well. Okay. Here we go. Archangel Jeremiah, God's mercy. This is the angel of vision and dreams. And this is clarity. Wait for it. Write the vision. Vision. Write the vision. Make it plain. Okay. This is again the angel of visions and dreams. This is divine inspiration, making the right decisions. Told y'all, focus. So for many of you, there may be an idea, and this is also the Lord saying, hey, I didn't give you the vision for nothing. Okay. I didn't give you the vision for nothing, but you have to be willing. You don't eat the fruit the same day that you plant the seed. That's not how that goes. You're going to plant the seed and then you're going to continue to water the seed. And you don't dig the seed up constantly to see if it's growing. Most of the time, what you come to realize is you do something with the vision that the Lord has given you, and most of the work is done in the background, and it ain't done by you. All you're doing is continuing to water it. It's planted. It's planted. You got the man. It's planted in faith. Does that make sense to somebody? I just looked down and saw the soil. It's planted, right? You don't dig it up every day. The Lord gave you the seed, and now you let the Lord do the work. Do you see the cross on there? This the Lord saying, okay, Lord, you gave me this seed and I trust you. Okay, so I'm just going to keep watering the seed. I hope that made sense to somebody, and having faith and knowing that, Lord, you didn't give me this for nothing. Okay. You didn't give me this for nothing, but you have to be willing to be patient. You have to be willing to wait. Okay. You have to be willing to wait for it. It will come to pass. It may not come to pass in the timing that you want, but it's coming. Okay. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. And when it at the proper time, it's coming. Okay. Just believe that. Anyway, I hope that makes sense for somebody. Clairvoyant gifts. And this is life review after transition. And I don't mean transition to the heavenly place. I'm talking about transition insofar as us transitioning from one season to another one. Why? Have a great day, Jared. Jared says I'm heading to the first day of school for teachers. Oh, blessings, faith, and favor to you and the hunted one tees. And thank you for your service, honey. Because let me tell you, who ain't. That's not my assignment. Thank you, Lord. Shout out. Y'all, this is a true story. Faith is my superpower. I was telling my son about this on the other day. I saw, because one of my bonus baby, he is a teacher, right? And so I saw a reel that talked about, and it was like somebody was going around and asking these teachers how much money they had left in their bank account, and it was like 2 days till payday. And y'all, I was kind of heartbroken by what they said. Many of them didn't have any money. And these are people who are educated, right? One person was like, had like a master's, like a lot of teachers have master's degrees. And let me just say that living paycheck to paycheck is not above anybody, okay? Because we all have been there. But like, these are the people that are responsible for our children. Like, everybody ain't meant to be a teacher, okay? It ain't, listen, you got to know your strengths. The Lord hasn't called me to teach the children, right? And I pray that if they come across this, that it's well received, but it's not something that I don't focus any of my teaching on that, but I pray, and that's why I try to watch my mouth, because you never know, sometimes the little children might be in the building. But y'all, I saw that reel and I was heartbroken, because I was just like, do you know what teachers are having to deal with these days? Like, we send our children to them for the majority of the day. Sometimes they spend more time with our children than we do. So why I'm not talking about college. Thank you, college professors. I'm grateful, but I'm talking about the babies. Like, y'all, why? And it's not even just that profession. It's any profession that is a profession that takes care of people. Business is great. Don't get me wrong. We solve problems and all the things, and that's cool. But professions that my kid said it to me yesterday. She was just like, "Mama, you good? Because I don't know how you do it." She was like, "Because I can't do it." Like, y'all, these professions. So when you go to the doctor, I don't care if it's when you go to a restaurant. Make sure that you being nice to the person who's serving you, because that's their job and that's their source of income. Leave a tip. Like, if you were that person and you were dependent on tips, guess what? You would go and provide the best possible service, because that is your means of income. So put yourself, is empathy, right? Put yourself in somebody else's shoes for a second and like, y'all, do it. I don't, and no, that's just not, to me, these are folks that have the task of holding our children in their hands, which all my children grown, but y'all know what I'm saying, right? Like, think about that. Because that particular teacher, one of them said that, or somebody commented and said somebody was mad. One of the parents was mad because they didn't give the children mints, like little pieces of candy, before a test. And the teacher said, she responded, she was like, "Well, I'm sorry that I couldn't give the mints when my account is $17 and some change in the negative, but feel free to donate some stuff." Good morning, beauty. Good morning. So, y'all, think about that. Like, it's just, stuff that you don't think about. We see these reels and we discount it, but man, there's people out here who's doing real work. So be empathetic. I hope that makes sense to somebody. Harvest moon. Well, period. We receive it. Gathering, reaping what you have sown. Told y'all, gratitude, abundance, wisdom, truth, light, and energy. Okay. So again, wait for it. September may be important for some of y'all. We receive it. It may be a seed that you planted on. Let's just say you planted right now, right? Mocha says, "I work with the education department." Telling y'all, like, listen, shout out to you. Thank you for your service, honey Winnie. I think the same thing about the military. And mind you, I'm a military brat. My oldest baby is a veteran. Both of my dads are veterans. You know, like, y'all, be grateful, man. I can't even, but it amazes me that these folks that are going out here and they protecting our lives, protecting this country. We got to do better. They should be the first ones to be overly compensated. Because what? No, healthcare. people in service, and you got people life in your hands. Like, man, listen, y'all, just that everybody want to complain about the healthcare that they be receiving. Y'all don't get me started now. You don't even have no understanding. Healthcare, that's why healthcare ain't for everybody. And a lot of people now ain't in healthcare because they actually love to be in healthcare. They're in healthcare because it's one of the biggest places to work. All nurses ain't good nurses. I said what I said, meant it. All nurses ain't good nurses. Some people are nurses because of the identity, because it's cool to say I'm a nurse. But that work, I saw something else that was talking about, because for those of y'all, I can say it now, right? Y'all realize that for the last year, I have worked as a CNA. A CNA. I'm a certified CNA. Yes, I'm a nurse, but I'm a certified CNA. Do you understand? And for this last year of my life, when I went through and became a nurse the first time, I was an LPN first, and then I got my RN, right? But this time around, let's talk about God. This time around, instead of the Lord, I couldn't work as an LPN because once revoked, both revoked. So the Lord brought me in as a CNA, which is low person on the totem pole. It was LPN to RN the first time. Now it's CNA to RN, right? Cool. Y'all, message talking about respect. Oh man. Let me shout out to every CNA in the building. And this is coming from a nurse who's had to work as a CNA for a year. Shout out to you. Y'all the real MVPs. I saw a reel that talked about it last night because it's a true story. The nurse is sitting there, the unit, ain't nothing going on. They on their phone. Can you get such and such some water? This is the real. Can you get such and such a blanket? Let me get the phone. Let me do the demonstration. This is what the girl did on the phone, on the thing. She's like, this was the nurse. Can you, such and such needs to go to the restroom. Such and such needs a blanket. Can you take them to the emergency department? Like, y'all, CNAs, y'all the real MVPs. Y'all the real MVPs. Cause baby, and this was so random. I don't even know why we went here. Shout out to you, Miss Succulent. Look, Miss Succulent has been a CNA 16 years. I'm trying to told you, honey, them the ones that run the unit for real. It ain't the nurses. It's the ones that's out there on the floor really taking care of the patients. The nurses be sitting back there behind the desk. And I'm a nurse. I could say I said what I said. You can't tell me, baby, I didn't work it. I'm what? Listen at me now. I went to the hospital with a patient a few months ago, right? And I'm talking about CNAs running here, there, everywhere. We seen the nurse one time. That CNA was in there 17 times. They done took stuff away from the nurses having to do, and now have certified the nursing assistants to do it, y'all. Stuff that when I remember when I was an LPN, right? Bye, Morning Star. Have a good day. Good luck on your interview, dearest one. I can remember when I was an LPN, it was stuff that they would make us do that the RNs didn't want to do. So it was certain stuff. It's stuff now that the CNAs are able to do, y'all, that the nurses that you used to have to be a nurse to do. Telling you, so now y'all done added additional stuff besides just basic stuff. Man, look, anyway, this is such a random, I digress, but just saying, right? Just saying. Um, Baby, so shout out to my CNAs because y'all the real MVPs. Okay. Let's talk about the harvest. Wait for it. Okay, wait for it. We finna get ready to finish out this anyway, y'all. There's something that the Lord is saying. Just wait for it. Be patient. It's a test. Okay. This too is a test. Be willing to say, okay, Lord, I will wait on you. Okay, I will wait on you. Mocha says plenty of times she had to say some adult words. Babe, I'm talking about what? If you ain't never had that experience, you can't have no understanding. It ain't easy, y'all. It's not easy. You know, it's like, let me tell you, I didn't worked. I didn't work. And I'm grateful for it, right? I'm grateful for each and every experience that I've had. I'm grateful. And I said this insofar as my last job, the Lord, when I worked there before, cause I worked there in 2015 or 2015 and 2016, I was a nurse. So then when the Lord sent me back, I came in as a behavioral aide. I wasn't even working as a CNA. I had to go get certified for that, but I was able to see things from the top. At first, I knew it from the top down, but then I was able to see it from the bottom up, and it's a whole different world. A whole different world, y'all. I'm gonna leave you playing on my TV for the algorithm. Well, thank you, honey, Woney. I appreciate you so much. Man, listen, y'all. So it's just shout out to the CNAs, okay, and the behavioral aides as well, because it's not easy being that person that's look, that's it. That's all. I feel like we finna be done because it's completion, right? So shout out to y'all. I digress, but guess what? We could do it. We here for it. Number 777, you hit the jackpot. Come on, the number of completion. You hit the jackpot, unexpected income rewards for your hard work. So for many of you, the Lord is letting you know, like, hey, if you can get through this, right? If you can get through this test, if you can get to this next thing, if you can just hold on, okay? Just hold on. Your patience is going to pay off, right? Your patience is going to pay off. This talks about karmic lessons, trials and tribulations, baby steps, and cycles. So just hold on. Okay. It is, the juice is worth the squeeze. This is giving like Seven of Pentacles energy, right? The juice is worth the squeeze. It is going to be worth it. So you just have to be patient. It's almost like, I don't know if y'all will be able to see this the way I just saw it when I looked down. It's like this being the seed, and then look at the harvest. You can almost see like what the seed turned into. For some of you, you're getting ready to see what your seed has turned into. Okay, you getting ready to see seed beyond what you thought. So just be patient. Okay, be patient. There's going to be some of you, I heard, as soon as I got this card this morning, y'all, as soon as I got the tower, the 1616 card, immediately I said, what's coming? Like, y'all, something is coming. And I don't, you know how you can just feel the Lord getting ready to do something, but you don't know exactly what the Lord is getting ready to do. You just know that he's getting ready to do something. It's something like that, where message. I know I'm gonna have to figure that out. It's almost like it's something like that, where look, I lost my train of thought because the Lord dropped something else into my spirituals. Okay, I'm back. Look, I completely lost it. What y'all was trying to say right then? Mm, okay, we'll have to come back to that. Anyway, I'm back. This is worth it. Okay, this is worth it. So just make sure that you continue to plant, that you continue to plant, you continue to water, and just wait on the reward. Look, I just had, like, it's like I heard something message and it was like in and out. I don't know what this is about, but I'm gonna have to talk to Spirit and them about it. It's almost like the Lord, he getting his is like, don't worry about it, don't do it. I don't know. It feels like it's a distraction. Just be mindful. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it's about. I'm gonna have to talk to the Lord about it. But just right then, y'all, it was this moment where I was just like, that's interesting. It's like I heard something, but it was almost just like a pay attention. I wasn't even trying to pull another card because I feel, thank y'all. Because look, I feel like this is maturity as well. When I grow up, that this is clarity as well, entrepreneurship. So for some of you, this may be in regards to business. Just know that it's going to take time. Be patient while you're growing. There are things that you're going to have to learn and experience. And for others of you, it's like you're starting a new cycle. Let me just say that you're starting a new cycle. You got to know your season, and everybody's not in the same season, right? Everybody's not. Everybody, all of us are at new beginnings in different ways, in different places in our lives. But just know, like, the rebirth is on the horizon. If you're just starting something, then just know that the Lord is going to lead and guide and direct you in the way that you should go. If you are in the middle of your wilderness season, just know that even the wilderness is temporary. You're not meant to stay there forever. Okay. If you're in the season where the Lord may be teaching you stewardship, just know that season, you're never gonna not be learning how to steward. By the way, let me just say that the Lord may just be giving you different things to steward, if that makes sense. You ain't gonna never stop steward. You gonna always have to make sure that you're stewarding well. You're gonna always, it's like that's a lifelong lesson. And once you learn it, you don't unlearn it. It's not like the Lord teaches it and then it's just like, okay, yeah, never mind. You don't have to worry about that. No, you're going to have to keep stewarding. Okay. You're going to have to keep stewarding. So, you just have to know your season. Maybe the Lord is just giving you the idea of the seed to plant. You're going to have to keep watering it. You got everybody and all of us, just so you understand it, you're not just on one path forward. You have multiple paths that may be operating in your life right now. Thank y'all. We were talking about something's coming. I don't know what's coming. Okay. I really don't. I don't know what's coming. I don't know what it is that is getting ready to grow and expand in your life in some way, but there may be something unexpected that's coming. We had two towers back to back. We had it yesterday and we had it today as well. Maybe for some of you this will be revelation. This may be an idea. It could be wisdom. It could be a missing piece. It could be a connection, but it feels like the Lord is getting ready to catch somebody by surprise. It's something that you need, that he's going to provide the resource for. He's going to make sure that you have everything that you need. Okay. um I hope that makes sense to somebody. I think that's it. That's all. That's the message. Lord, I hope this helps somebody. I remember because I just saw that. Just telling somebody, man, don't get. I don't know what this is about, but it's back in my spirituals again. Just be mindful. Okay, just be mindful of being. It's discernment. Okay, it's discernment, and I'll leave that at that. Just pray for discernment. Okay, pray that the Lord give you discernment with whatever it is that you, if this is money, Lord, help me to steward it well. Okay, help me to steward it well. Help me to make, to plant effectively, to multiply it. Lord, may I do the things with it that I need to do, be responsible. I hope that makes sense. Um, Look, I ain't never really just felt like that, but it's just like almost like I don't know, I keep feeling like I keep having to burp. I ain't never had like confirmation burps, but it's just like that's why I had to pause for a second because it's just like, okay, some of you are gonna get a blessing, and it's gonna be a test of stewardship and management, right? Because before the Lord can bless you with more, he has to make sure that you can manage what he's already put in your hands, right? So, my Lord, may I steward every blessing well. May I do what I'm supposed to do with it. If you know that the Lord is going to be blessing you with something, baby, you ought to be getting ready for it in advance. Like, know what you're going to do, how you're going to effectively utilize the resources. Don't just be like, "Ooh, it's coming. This ain't free money. This is responsible money." Because we have to be good stewards in the kingdom. Because if you mess this up, then guess what? The Lord ain't gonna bless you with more. He's testing your stewardship. Okay, so just be mindful of that. That's it. That's all. That's the message. Lord, I hope this helps somebody. Y'all, I think I got to do some videos today. Y'all make sure that y'all click the link in my bio. Make sure you check out Touche Cosmetics in the TikTok shop. Or in other places. I can't say it. I got restricted on. Yeah, I did. I had got a restriction because I'll be forgetting that you can't redirect people outside of here. Make sure you subscribe as well. Subscribe to the Daily Clarity, to the Kingdom Clarity, which will be coming out here shortly after we get off the live. So make sure you subscribe to that. Make sure you shop Touche Cosmetics. Make sure you shop Touche Cosmetics in the TikTok shop. I do have a TikTok store. Okay, Touche Cosmetics, all that's in here. And y'all, let me just tell y'all, I'm probably gonna do like a buy one, get one free, or do some kind of bundle. Because I gotta get rid of, let me just show y'all. I got, don't judge. I had to start trying to get them together, right? So I have, and this ain't all I got. Just know that I have inventory, okay, that I have to get rid of. I'm trying to switch I wanted to switch my packaging, and so I don't have all of them, but y'all shop Touche Cosmetics, okay? Spirit and Glam Gloss, because I want to change my packaging, but I can't change my packaging for real until y'all got so many. I can't change my packaging until I get rid of this because I'm trying to steward well, right? So y'all make sure y'all shop Touche Cosmetics. Because I got this. So don't be surprised. I love putting extra stuff in the bag like I do because I got to get rid of this. This is the glitters and glam glosses, and I have other colors. I have colors that I hadn't even put on in the TikTok shop yet. So y'all make sure that y'all do that as well. Right now, I only have the iPop Glam Dust, which I'm changing packaging for that as well. Y'all have no idea. When I say the Lord is making upgrades in this season, He is making upgrades. So y'all make sure that y'all go and y'all know, get you God's grace. That is my favorite. This I use, y'all. I be wearing it out. This is my favorite gloss in the Touche Cosmetics Glam Gloss collection. Is God's grace. All of them. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out and just follow the shop as well, because that will help the shop to grow as well. So make sure that you do that. There's only a couple of eyeshadows and a couple of glosses in there right now because I'm just starting the shop. So y'all make sure that y'all go shop Touche Cosmetics. That's who sponsored this segment, okay, and sponsored the message on this good day. I got to go do some videos, some shoppable videos too, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all give me a follow on all the platforms. That's it. That's all. That's the message. Lord, I hope this helps somebody. Thank y'all so much for the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscribes, the love, the energy. I'm so truly, truly grateful. Lord, I hope this blessed somebody today. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Okay. Thank you for allowing me to pour into you and also listen to this story, child, because it's just a testimony, just true story, giving God some glory. And I'm so glad that this worked out for me on this side of the street, y'all. Thank y'all for the gifts as well, honey Wunny. I'm grateful to you. I will see y'all on tomorrow. May the Lord bless you and bless the work of your hands. May you prosper in everything that you do on this good day. It's time to get to the work. Y'all go hydrate your soul, drink your water, say your gratitude. Have a fantastic and an amazing day in purpose, on purpose. I will see y'all tomorrow, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, turn your notifications on so you're notified anytime I go live or post a video. Now, let me try to end the live. I ain't never used the TikTok studio, so OMG. Let me see how to do. Okay, y'all, I got to figure it out. Okay, I got to close the chat. Where's it at, Lord? Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me see. How you Okay, I done found it. I'll see y'all on tomorrow. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Bye, y'all. I ain't know it had a just 1 minute away from your next reward. Oh, wait a minute. I got to hang out for a minute. Y'all hang out for a minute. Wait, let me see what this is. Track your. Wait a minute. I got to do this in the show. Y'all, I just be doing stuff. This say go live for 300 minutes, receive 40K likes, post 6 videos, receive 1,500. Like, okay, got that, period. Thank y'all. Go live for 2 days. Okay, that ain't nothing. Receive 1,660 comments and can complete 2 decks in Trivia Zone. Baby, y'all got that's too much to be doing now. Wait a minute. Open creator camp. I'm gonna need some pointers on going live, child. Oh, look, look, I got to start posting some videos. I'm gonna do it because that's actually part of one of my, I think one of my campaigns is to start telling people how to go live. It's so easy. Oh, it's so easy to go live, y'all. You click live and go. Like y'all know one thing, man. This is the after party. Because I got to spend some time, right? Uh, Click live and go, man. I wish I could go on there right now because they probably won't count this. Let me go to my, let me see if I can go in my cellular device. Hold on. It's a blessing having my phone. Let me see if I can talk about go live and then wait a minute. I don't be knowing live. Let me see. Cause they be giving, baby, I can told you now. TikTok studio. Let me see. Y'all, I really don't be knowing. Work with merchants to create. That's something new. I don't know what that is. Okay, wait. Let me see what this is. Earn rewards by view tasks. Charlie be so much to do. Oh, create group chat. What is this? What the group chat called, y'all? Not a group chat. All rewards. Oh, I don't want to do that. Hold on. Okay, wait. I'm back. My bad, y'all. Let me see where it's at. Campaigns. It's one that talks about the go live, and you could talk about, y'all. This so easy. This ain't nothing to do. Click live. Live. Oh, here go. Hold on. Maybe I can go. Wait a minute. Okay. Go show how live grows followers fast. I don't know how to do that. Period. And then y'all better get on. Okay, I have no idea, honey. I ain't. Let me just tell you. Let me say something to somebody, in case y'all didn't know. For many years, I click live and go. I don't do no editing. I promise you that every video looks exactly how it look on the live. I ain't got time. I ain't doing no editing. I don't. That's not for me. I'm not doing it, and I don't care what nobody say. I'm not doing it. You gonna get what you get, and that's it on that. I'm look here, your video needs to if Riverside do it, shout out Riverside. If they do it, thank you, Hunty One T. I'm not editing. I don't care what you say. I don't care because don't nobody care about that. Don't nobody care. I don't. When I'm watching videos, I'm not looking at, oh, their video is so polished. And I don't nobody care. Baby, you gonna get what you get. You ain't got to watch it if you don't want to. That's cool. Thank you if you watch it, but I'm not doing all of that. I'm not. Good morning, Jamila. Good morning, honey Wunny. Baby, ain't nobody doing all that. I ain't doing that. So anyway, you get what you get. But I've always done that, and I kind of just stood on that where I click live and go. Um, that's it. So it's really not that hard. You just decide. I think, and I've been going live now so long that I don't know. I don't do all the fancy stuff. Like I don't know all of the ins and outs of the tick on the tick of the talk. I don't, y'all, because I don't spend a lot of time looking into the stuff. But I'm gonna try. Whew, it's a lot. I got a lot to do, but I'm trying to start looking into some of the things that they have available because they really do have a lot of things that you can use in your go live experience. And so I'm trying to start looking at it. But honey, I just got to TikTok shop. Like I just got to that. It's a lot. I can't speak on all of the things because there's so many things that you can do, and I'm not that person, man. I'm like, listen, let me just click live and go live and then I'm good. But you can do all kinds of stuff, and I know that people are making lucrative income from it, but this is not really, I'm gonna just be honest, like it's not one of my main streams of income. It was at one point, but that was before, that was many moons ago. So it's not a stream of income that I depend on. I'm grateful for it because let me just tell you, shout out to TikTok because they got me through some seasons when I didn't really have any income. It was one of the streams that let me make income. But now I don't really have much income from TikTok shop or TikTok. But adding the TikTok shop I think will help. But anyway, it's not one that is just like, yeah, that's doing now. Not as of right now. So, but growth. I would just have to spend some time learning some stuff about it, and I don't know how interested I am in that. I just like to go live and talk, and that's what the show is about. So we gonna see. Anyway, that's it. I think I made it to a minute, child. They told me I had one more minute. I think I made it a minute in live. Please could reconsider our 13. No, that's it. That's all. That's the message. Lord, I hope this helps somebody. Y'all have a fantastic and an amazing day. That's it. It's all with. I will see. It's time to get to work. I will see y'all on tomorrow, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all have a great and amazing day in purpose, on purpose. Hydrate your soul. Drink your water. Say your gratitude. I will see y'all on tomorrow. Y'all go be great and amazing. Do great and amazing things. Okay. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Bye, y'all. Child, I got to figure out. Okay, I'm gonna have to come back to TikTok. Let me get y'all over here on the main screen. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Bye. Oh, wait a minute. Did I stop it?